Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Machakodash. Also as well, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day, that is feeding the flock through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And also as well, Shalom to the hopefully elect as well. That's continuing to labor in his work, and also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your call and election sure, and faith in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled, "Lest there be any profane as Esau." All right, now if the Spirit has it to where I title this video differently, then of course I'm going to change the title. But pursuing unto the topic of Esau or Edom, in which now in today's time is becoming very well known and noised abroad who the biblical Edomites really are. Okay, because that mystery of who Esau Edom really is and who the Israelites are, now as you see today, that is now being made well known amongst the people. Okay, because now prophecy is speaking loud and clear, and also as well, this man is being exposed for who he really is. Okay. So with that being said, with Esau Edom, which is the so-called white man, his track record shows what he really is and what he's really about. Okay, and we're seen as off or strange, or they think it's something strange when someone calls out the so-called white man on what they have done. But according to the scriptures, they are to be held accountable for what they've done. Okay? The Most High is holding them accountable. Yahweh Shai especially is holding them accountable. All right? The Israelites, the men of old, all right, which starts with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down to the rest of the brothers of Great Millstone, we're also holding him accountable for what he has done. And we seem to be the only group of people that we seem to be the only group to even come up against this man. All right. And when I say that, I'm talking about prophesying the downfall of his kingdom. All right. When I say that, we're coming up against him, because this word, which is the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is speaking against this man. It's speaking against him and is revealing him for who he really is. All right. And it's common sense that this man must needs go into captivity. Okay, because it's rightfully so, man. If you really go into the deep history on what he has done to the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you'll see that those atrocities which he have committed, all right, those have to be answered for. Okay, it can't just be slipped under the rug like it never happened. And that's what they're really trying to do as well. They're trying to rewrite history just to say that we came here by our own free will, whereas that's not the case. All right. And the reason why is because you have people that are still living in the society that were actually there. All right, that were actually that took part in that captivity. If they're still living, you have great grandparents that are still living that recall, those days of when the so-called white man was basically beating you to the ground. Okay, they haven't forgotten about that. But this new generation of Jake, they're too far gone to even consider the atrocities of Esau. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, he has lifted up a standard by way of his men to speak against this man and to bring in front of him, or to present his crimes in front of him. All right, giving them the sentence. All right, and like we always go into, this is a court sentence. This is the courtroom, and this man is now being scrutinized, and rightfully so. Okay, because Esau loves to scrutinize and to put you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans under the rule of the law, or their law. But when it comes to this law, which is the law of the Bible, they don't want to deal with it. So guess what? We're going to continue to bring this out, and this word is going to continue to condemn this man for what he has done. Okay, there's Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. It says, "Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright." Okay, and this also lets you know that he does not hold anything sacred. Okay, because for that one morsel of meat that wasn't even finished yet, he sold his birthright, which is the birthright is something that the Most High has kept sacred. All right, like it says in the scriptures that everything that part of the matrix is his. Okay, it's like give me just 1 second. Yeah, like I said, everything that part of the matrix belongs to him. All right, all the first belongs to Yahweh Bashmi Shai. Okay, but Esau, in his pride, in his arrogance, decided that, you know what, I'm not gonna be a part of that. I'm not gonna have the Most High rule over me, since I'm the firstborn. All right, because again, like the scriptures say, all the firstborn belong to Yahweh Bashmi Shai. So that lets you know that Esau didn't even want to be under the rule of Yahweh Bashmi Shai. He didn't even want to be under the rule of the Most High. All right, he didn't want the Most High to possess him. So in that fashion, he gave up his birthright, because he said, "What is birthright going to do for me?" And that's the mentality of the of all these Edomites. All right. And it was set up through the spirit anyway, because it was set up for Jacob, which represents you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to receive rulership. That's why Isaac, our forefather Isaac, in which we know who that is in the reincarnation or regeneration, all right, blessed Jacob to have that, to have all of those things. Okay, and put by Esau, and it tells you that. Let me see if I can get it real quick. It should be 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 16. Let me grab it. Let's like it. Okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 16. Yep, it's 2nd Ezra chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "And unto him thou gavest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou gavest Jacob and Esau." Okay, but here's the point. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude. So in that event that took place, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashmi Shai, Esau was put by, and for a good reason. As you can see, under the rulership of this man, you see what's happening. Imagine if the blessing had went over to Esau, all right? Then things would have continued the way that they are right now. Prophecy would have been disannulled because the books were already written before time. And everything you see right now just will continue to corrode and corrupt until every single person on the planet Earth dies. That's it. End of story. But Yahweh Shemel Shai put the clause in the script. And he made sure that the nation of Israel comes out on top. That the nation of Israel is put into rulership. Okay? And that this man go in chains. That he goes into captivity, into a harsh bondage in chains. All right? Grab another precept. All right, it's the book of Isaiah chapter 14, and this is at verse 2. It says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids." And the land of the Lord is talking about Jerusalem. All right, that's our homeland. All right, contrary to popular belief, where you got our people saying that Africa is the homeland, which that's not true, because Jerusalem, really, if you can receive it, Jerusalem, or the land of Jerusalem, actually where everything started. Okay, so Jerusalem is really the real motherland. All right, and that's our homeland. All right, not those fake cars or rats that are there today. Okay. So-called Jews. So they go by Jewish. All right. But again, it says, "And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord of the land of Yahweh Shemel Shai for servants and handmaids, and that shall take them captives, whose captives they were." All right. Now, who led us into captivity? Esau, the so-called white man. All right. So guess what? Like the scriptures say, it said, "We shall take them captive, whose captives we were." Okay. And guess what? We're still in captivity to this very day under this man. He has us under an indentured servitude, to where we're subject to payments, and that we have to basically work to even eat and to live. Okay. So really, it's slavery under another name. Okay. And the book of Baruch is spot on when it tells you that we are yet in this day in our captivity, because we are yet in our captivity, to where we are indeed subject to payments. We're subject to bills, subject to taxation. Okay. Because when you're in rulership, you're allowed to do that. You're able to tax another nation for a certain portion of their goods. Okay, and guess what? We're going to do the same thing when we're in rulership. These other nations like Moab, Ammon, Ishmael, they're going to go through that. They're going to be taxed. They're going to bring in certain of their goods over to us. All right. And they'll be all right. So this taxation that you have right now here in America, all right, that taxation is given by, again, the so-called white man. So it shows you who's in power. I mean, even look at the dollar bill. All right, look at the FRN, the Federal Reserve notes. Who's on the cover or who's the face that's on those notes? The so-called white man. Okay, which is no different than the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire also put their faces on their currency as well. The different Caesars. All right. When they put their images on the coins or the coinage. All right. And also on that same coinage as well, you know, those coins that were given out in the Roman Empire also depicted our nation being taken down as well. You also got the Ark of Titus that's still up to this very day, and it's just a myriad of different structures and images that show you that this man is still indeed in rulership. Okay, but according to prophecy, they're going to go into captivity. All right. And we're going to rule over our oppressors. And who's the oppressor? The main oppressor. Esau, Edom. Okay? Going from there. You get the book of Revelation chapter 13. And this is verse 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. See that? So this is our patience and this is our faith. Okay? We are patiently waiting on this. All right? And we believe that this is going to happen. Okay? We know for a fact this man is going to go into captivity. Into harsh bondage. Okay? Because he has led into captivity and he has dealt the sword treacherously. So therefore, we're going to deal treacherously with them. All right? And they're going to be led into captivity. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right? So again, you know, this should not be something that's strange to someone. All right? Because this is real justice. And Esau loves to talk about justice and equity. But equity, real equity, true equity is having these Edomites in chains. That's real equity. All right? That's real justice. Until then, there's going to be no justice. You know, Jake tried to find some type of justice in this society, and they're not going to be able to find it. All right? Even though you got this recent occurrence with the person that shot, or the person that put what's this guy's name? His name escapes me right now. But they just recently came out with the news, right? Of this man being convicted now. He's being arrested for the death of a so-called Negro. All right, I don't remember his name right now. You know, it escapes me. Slakia. But yeah, he just got convicted and he's going to jail. But you know, that's one occurrence out of hundreds, thousands that happen on the day-to-day basis. All right. And then you have Biden and Kamala Harris, you know, making a statement on it, in which, you know, it's just something just to quell the crowd and the masses of the people, saying that, you know, basically just to, you know, tell them what's, you know, what this and that and what have you. But that's not going to change anything. All right, that's not going to change the narrative of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because the Lord has his own narrative. He has his own agenda. Okay, and he's not going to put that by or slip that under the rug or throw it away because of this man's words. All right. Again, Esau Edom is going to go into captivity. He's going to go into slavery, and he's going to face the harsh judgment and to be dealt treacherously towards, and he's going to know true suffering in that day. All right. When the scriptures say death is swallowed up in victory, Esau is a part of that. All right. because he, like it says, like in the movie Planet of the Apes, the old one, where Cornelius was reading out of a passage or a verse, and he said that this man is the harbinger of death, and he is the harbinger of death. All right, he's the messenger of death. Okay, wherever he goes, death follows. It tells you that in Ezekiel 35, it says, well, blood shall pursue him, and blood has been pursuing this man. All right, and he's not going to be able to escape that same bloodshed, man. It's going to catch up to him. He's going to face the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But that's all I'm going to say on this topic in this lesson. Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule to this day. And Shalom, peace and safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's continuing to labor in his work. And also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure. And faith and truth and sincerity and all charity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom.